We are live. Good morning, everybody. Many more of these incredibly patient ladies who are waiting for the masterclass whilst we get our social media sorted. But good morning, and a big hello from Charlotte and myself. I decided to change my shirt because I kind of thought that was more Swedish appropriate. So I wanted to be more Swedish. Charlotte, of course, is going with her favourite colour.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. So what we thought is it's a really fantastic location we've got, and we're not in a department store, so it's a chance to be cosy and to just go through some things up close and personal. So we're going to try and get a few of you up here. Some of you have already had a makeup. Lovely.
Rebecca.
Yes. But for others of you, we said we'd be talking about how to do a smoky eye and just how to do clean skin. But the whole premise of the brand is we want to see your face. We want to see your skin. We don't want to smother you in a mask. We want women to look really gorgeous, wear as little or as much makeup as they like. But we never hide your best points, or we never flatten your face with kind of bronzer moments. You know, we have lots of range, but it's all about bringing out the best of you. So what Charlotte has done with Katie is to go through and just do your match to me briefly, so that you're kind of aware of that. Because I don't know how many of you went on the site, and how many of you thought, oh, I'm not sure about my match me, or I want to come with hers. So this is really for you to kind of, and also to see actually I was right, because lots of times when we do this, well, we've done this once before in Dublin, you go, oh, that's actually what I did choose, just didn't have the confidence. So it's really just great to be here in person, to meet you guys. So what are we going to start with? Should we start with skin?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Let's start with skin.
If there was like, even if it's just people who want to double check their match or want to know if the prepping, BFF thing, skin. Let's do skin.
Let's do skin. Who feels that they always have difficulty with base, or not knowing how much or how little to put on, or feel that their skin needs help? Right, okay. We'll choose you. Come and sit up here, darling. Come and sit up here. And who else? You said that, didn't you? So come and sit up. So we'll just do, should we do a skin moment? Now, have you got makeup on?
No.
You haven't?
Just the little touches.
Excellent. And do we have some... Katie, darling, do we have a little bit of moisturiser? Yeah. I'm just going to see how you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all know, if any of you follow me, I'm quite obsessive about skincare routines. And for me, it's really important that we all get into some mode of exfoliation. And whether that's a sort of granular, your flannel on a day of minimalisation, or some kind of glycolic or gentle acid exfoliation. Because for us, the better prepped your skin is, the better any products look. So it's kind of a part of our mantra is really look after your skin. So I'm feeling your skin, darling, and I'm thinking you don't exfoliate a huge amount.
No.
Okay, I'm just saying it. This is a place we can be intimate and honest. So the first thing I'd say is even, I think it also doesn't matter the budget, but it's that thing of your skin, I know, would benefit so much, because I think you think your skin is a little dry sometimes, but the dryness could be because there's too much dead skin sitting on the top, and you're not getting it off a bit. So I would consider that, and you could do a little light glycolic toner like Alpha Plus has a lovely one, mid-range one. You could do it with, just a muslin cloth and do an exfoliator with a cloth, a balm one with a cloth. So that's the first thing I'm going to say to you. But with your skin, because you suffer from a bit of dryness, and because you have slightly, like me, we're both rosy olive, so it means we kind of go in the sun and we will go brown. You have a few more freckles than me. I did have them before, but I had a CO2 laser to get rid of acne and they went. But I would otherwise be exactly the same as you. And dark circles are the thing that I think most affects us when we look in the mirror. So it's like, how can we look in the mirror and deal quickly with skin and base products to just make yourself feel untired and glowy? And that's kind of what we're going to get to. So I'm going to start doing that, and I'm going to do that with BFF and with concealer. And foundation. So, ChaCha, do you want to talk about yours whilst I just start doing it?
Pauline?
Yes. Yes. Yours.
I can tell that you don't exfoliate. Pauline's got a tendency to flush a little bit, but what we're going to do, instead of building up too thick a layer of base, just a touch, the BFF will take down the redness without actually looking like your skin's overloaded with product. So it gives you a really good even base to start with, and that way you can just do like patchwork work with the Just a Touch, which is the thicker product. So this will give you glow, but also even out, and it's really, really good at taking down redness. So that's what we're going to do.
And put it on just like you put on a moisturiser. So we kind of go, you can do a bit of facial massage nearly. I did some on the plane coming over. By the way, I found a very good, if you ever are in London, a facial massage lady, which I thought, forget about doing any kind of treatment at a clinic again, because she really got into my skin, and I felt all my bloating had gone, my cheekbones came back, it was fantastic. So already now with you, there's a sort of lightness you see to the skin tone and a luminosity, and that's what we want to create. Once you exfoliate, you're going to be also halfway there. And yeah, well, it's just going to then look even more glowy, but this will give you that glow when we're feeling that our skin feels a little bit flat. And it's a very, I can sometimes just smell it in the morning because it makes me feel better. And that could be enough. You know, there are days when we want to do the quickest thing, and the BFF comes with a little baby teapot. So I put it in my stack, and then I have a little cheek and a lip glow. That's my full day's makeup. And that's all I need.
BFF.
What?
What's BFF?
BFF is the one we're using now, and it's kind of, we call it Skin Perfector, but it's SPF 30. It gives your face a glow. It reduces redness because it has something called extract of porcelain flower. So when you put it on immediately, you think, oh, my face just looks lovely, and it will blend to the colour of your skin, because when you put heat on it, it breaks the particles and releases pigment. But it's not as much as a tinted moisturiser. And then after a couple of minutes, you look and you think, God, any redness has gone in my face, and we sold a year's stock in 3 months, so it's a really, you know, this is a product that people fall in love with. So I'm going to use on you Trinny now, just to do underneath your eyes. There we go. The way that, you know, this is a tiny little pot, and most of us have a foundation which is kind of 15 ml, but this, sadly for us, will last you a year and longer than that bottle, because it's got a very, very dense pigment, and you need very little. And I think that some of us, far less in Sweden, but for example, when we were in Dublin, lots of ladies would put on a base they've done since their teens, and they were in their 20s or 30s still doing that base, but they didn't have the same skin. So it's all about readdressing where your skin is at and how much base you really need. And you know, we are on a mission, ChaCha and I too, that girls in their 20s, and we have lots of girls on 25 from us, especially in England, we say, reduce that base, you don't need it. Reduce the fake tan, you don't need so much, you know. And they could take a hint from their Swedish cousins. They really could. So I'm just going to put it around areas where there's a little discoloration on your face. So I'm going to put a little bit around your eye area. I always do my nose and my nasaloid passage, I call it. ChaCha, what are you up to?
I'm just perfecting pulling skin, and I'm quite pleased with the result.
Can you see it properly? Like the change?
Yeah, it's good.
Look up.
So we did the BFF everywhere. Sometimes if you do need a bit of extra attention with it, I'll like pat a layer as well, so I'll rub it, but then I'll like build it up with my finger like that. Took it under the eye because Pauline's got a little bit of grey, like I've got a little bit of grey. And then we've literally just used, we used the Just a Touch just on the chin, a tiny bit of, got a little vessel or something there on her nose, and just fuzzed it out over the cheek, brought it under the eye, but everywhere else we've left it. And I think it just looks like skin now.
You can do very quickly, so the BFF might be all you do. This might be just for an evening out.
It's a good colour. So we're right.
So some of us can suffer from slightly little red broken veins, especially because you're also active outdoorsy people. It's going to happen more. So there's a few little ones here, and I'm just covering them with BFF. But I'm not putting the BFF here where your skin is beautiful, because it will blend, and you kind of won't know where your foundation ends and your skin begins, and that's what we want. So it just evens out, like ChaCha was saying, evening out your skin tone. So there now we have an evenness. Now I'm going to do on you a quick routine, because we just had a chat about life, and life is like, the kids come first, school run, don't have time, what can I take? So I'm going to do your kind of minimum, but nice. So I'm now going to think you want a blusher. What you need more than anything in your life is a bit of blush. You need a bit of blush. So I'm just going to do on you a little bit of blush. And Wix is named after my sister, who's 4 years older than me. and is very similar elements to you. So she's got a similar skin tone. She's got slightly more auburn hair, but in her match to me, she has greeny hazel browning eye, depending on the weather and how she's feeling. But this colour just makes that pop, and this is a kind of, in a way, probably everyone will suit 3 of the 4 blushes. We sort of say 2 because we want to refine choice for women. But, for example, the only one I don't wear is Schmuggy. I usually wear Electra quite a lot, I wear Catherine occasionally, and I wear wigs a lot. So it's very easy to find something, but it's an essential part, we think, of a woman's routine. Okay, so that's blush. And then I'm going to go on to, I just want to see what I want to do on your lips. If we just want a little kind of, whether we want some, I'm actually going to try, where's P? Oh, I haven't got here a Sacha. Katie, or somebody, I've just got 2 dahlias and no Sacha. No Sacha. Just like a Sacha. Yeah, I'm not blind. I'm not blind. Thank you very much. I'm just going to see how this looks. This is a new colour we have. Let's see what's on here. All right. What are you doing,
I'm doing
Shasha?
eyeshadow.
Are you now?
Just because I was just going to keep going until you make me stop.
And I said, go ahead.
Well, you've got quite warm skin and warm hair. So if we took it, I was going to go Empress, but that would make everything a little bit too copper brown, isn't it? So we've gone Lovers, which is just going to pop out the blue of her eye, whilst not being too cool to fight with her hair, because it's all about the dynamics. And then we might pop Fortune on the top afterwards, just to warm it up. So if you choose something a bit cool, leaning a bit cool for your actual skin, hair and eye, it's always nice to warm it up with like a top layer of a warmer colour. It like balances it out.
So I've done here a little bit of Sacha, which is a kind of one of our lip loves, and it's slightly metallic, but it's very good at just making you fresh. So in a way here, I think her eyes have popped, and your skin looks less wan and more blossoming. And then I always take the last little bit on my finger and I top it on top of whatever blusher I've got, because I quite like, if one's doing a lovely lip, not a bright red lip I wouldn't do that with, but a sort of what I call a neutral lip, to just have matchy-matchy, because I think it brings the face together. And then on your eyes, I think I might just do a little bit, of Fortune. Do we have Fortune here? I've got Fortune I've got Fortune in my finger. So half our shades are metallic and half are neutral. And I think for you, I want to just make you feel a little bit sparkly. But what I love about this,
I can't find mine because it clashes with my teeth.
how many of you find doing an eye complicated? You know, okay. Everyone else doesn't, that's great. All you do is don't come here for the masterclass. What I'm saying is that for me, if I use Fortune's to me a magical thing, because you close your eye and you just literally feel inside of the socket and just pat and just bring that colour slowly up, and it blends incredibly easily, like that. So you just open your eye. In fact, we don't have a mirror for you.
I've got mirrors
Oh,
here.
lovely. So, do you see that colour now?
Yeah.
Huh? Now I want you to do it yourself, the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, so what you're going to do, here's the pot,
Yeah.
put your finger in it,
Okay.
like
This-
that,
Yeah.
yeah? And then you're going to do this. So look at what I'm doing. Can you close one eye and keep the other one open? Some people find that difficult. Okay. So, have a look at me, So I then I can do it without things, but I literally want to head in on my eyeball. Don't go too far out there and too far out there. Just start in the middle, which is a safe location, and then just slowly pat it and feel underneath your brow bone and just gently bring it out. So just try that. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Let go.
Should I go?
No, don't go in, just stay out. Look, you've done it. I mean, you did an eye in 30 seconds. You know, and it's just given a twinkle and a sparkle.
Yeah.
You've twinkled and you're twinkling and sparkling now. All right, I'm now going to just do a little bit on your brows, because even though we haven't got our brow product, do you have any brow stuff here, Charles? It's on the outside. Just a bit of brow.
Let's see. Can I see it closer? Yes. Thank you.
We do it ready.
Bring these over. So, brows are key. And I always think that we can be compulsive over pluckers in our 20s, and then we hit our 40s and we think, oh dear, you know, that you're nervous, having a phone call, dumping the man or being dumped by whatever. It's that compulsive. Anyway, I went through that. So you might have gone through that. And I think, yeah. So it's just about getting back the width, because you've got width here, and then it's gone a bit thinner. So what I want to do is just try, but I better put my glasses on, otherwise we will do haywire. But it's just evening them out. And if you give a little bit of width as you go across, it actually is incredibly, the word youthful is a bad word to use, but it just makes you feel, I like to use the word fresh. So whenever I say the word fresh, you know what I mean. Yeah, okay. So we just building up a bit of colour.
What are you using on the brows?
I'm using Bobby Brown, which is a very nice gel, until you discover our new innovation, which will come sometime soon.
I'm going there.
Well, it will come by September, because we are perfectionists, Charlotte and I, so it's just taking time. I mean, I'm just tweaking, gently tweaking, like that. And then I'll just, and a little pluck at the end here. Or even with you, a little snip with some scissors, you know, it would be nice to do too. That would be, you could go there too. You could do a snip. It sounds like I'm telling you, it sounds like a man having his thingy taken off. Just say that, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going to take, this is our sort of third bestseller. It's a magical little thing called face finish, because we kind of don't believe in powder, as you know, at Trinny, and we want something that will take off excess shine. So just dabbing it on and rubbing it in. You can use your fingers or a brush, but it will just take away the shine, and it won't actually leave you looking too matte. And I'm going to do around the nose, which is an area where we can just, you have dry skin, but around that area you can just get a little bit oilier. And I'm going to do the other side. Some people use this before their BFF. Some people use it after. I use it to top up during the day, because it's also rather good at sort of making me feel fresh
I'm going to paint it all on
and blurring those little lines. And I use it when I put on a strong lip underneath. So, there we are. Now what I'm going to do, because you know I'm going to do this, hold on, is I'm going to take that bloody hair out of a bun. And we're just going to
Already is that thing.
I'm just going to be a little bit more sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of this work is not our products, but the actual little quickness of the products. Come on up. Sorry about that. You have lovely hair, which you hardly ever wear down.
No.
So what you need to consider is a different hairstyle, which will make you wear it down, because you're now this gorgeous glamorousness, and with your shaped face, your heart-shaped face, it's lovely to have hair around it. Hold my glasses for me.
Yes.
Lovely to have hair around and just flutter and come over. And, you know, you have those two kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever want to go out for a date with a husband or a new man?
Yeah, with a new man.
With a new man. So, feel it, because you really look it. There we go. All right. Well, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. All right. Thank you.
you.
See, easy, 2 second easy. Leave that there. 2 second easy. Come, what are we going to say to her? Keep the bloody hair down. Feel it. You're just gorgeousness. Gorgeousness. Are you? You're on the next one, Char?
Yeah.
Of course she is. Okay. Now.
Trinny, just a question. Where you put the blush,
Yeah.
is almost like the apple here. It's not, because it's so pretty.
It's
where
very
you
pretty, isn't it?
place
Have you
the
had
blush.
makeup done this morning?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very pale blush.
It was a
wasn't
very
it?
pale blush.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
with you, come on up, because I know you've had some done this morning, but I'm going to do a little bit more, just quickly to show you the blush. So what did you have done this morning? Did you have BFF put on and everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And did you have face finish put on?
A little bit.
Okay. So I'm just going to do here. What's your colour for your?
Peachy.
Are you Trinny?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Do a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more under the eye, like that. Zendy blending. And I think when we have skin that has a bit of redness to it, we always wonder, where should we put the blusher?
Yes.
You know, that's the kind of thing. Whereas if we're a peaches and cream skin, we never do, because it's just very easy for a peaches and cream, but somebody like I'm rosy olive, so I have a natural redness in my skin. You have a little redness. We have a red toned skin as well. And all those ladies think to themselves, I won't wear blusher because I already have redness in my skin. And we want to kind of just do a bit of education on that. Right, so I'm just turning down there, putting that up there. And now I'm going to say to myself, which blusher? So, okay, I'm going to start with a bit of Electra actually. Or you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some Freddie. Where's Freddie? Or Electra, I don't know. I'm going to do some Freddie. Let me try this. So this is lip to cheek. And what I tend to do when I'm doing blusher is I'll go like that, and then I'll find the part that sticks out the most, and I'll start there, and I'll blend it out. Like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then I'll take the other bit and blend it out there. So with you,
Okay.
look in the mirror as I do it. You're smiling. I'm taking a bit of Freddie, and I'm going to put it just around the plumpest part of your cheek. And if it's the right colour blusher, your eyes should suddenly sparkle a bit more.
Okay. Great.
And I like to have it slightly higher than lower, because I feel, as long as you don't get over into the eye socket, right, I feel then you have an opportunity to make your eyes sparkle more, whereas if it's a bit further down here, it's a relationship with your mouth, and you kind of want the blush to have a relationship with your middle and with your eye.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Great.
so I'm just going to go here, and just put it up like that. See? It's actually really pretty on you. What?
It's a bit of a face.
It's a bit of a facelift. Well, it is a bit of a facelift because what it's doing is it's giving a prominence to your cheekbone.
Yeah.
And then I want to put on top of you. I'm just going to try here.
2 oranges. It's like
Just putting on.
somewhere like terracotta something.
Is it
Yeah.
still red if I do like this?
Yes. I love it with the khaki. Yes. Where's that jacket from? Chloe, you need that jacket.
Yeah.
I think your eyes look bluer and more sparkly
That little
without
Yeah, and then I'm going to take the last bit here, and I'm going to put it on. So I'm taking the last bit of the lip glow. I've just put Maddie lip glow on, which is a pinkier shade. Because sometimes blusher to me deserves a lot more attention than just one blush. I'll kind of blush and put on something else. So I'm taking that lip glow, which was this colour, like that. It looks like that, but it just gives this softness and the shine. So I want to have a bit of a shine there, as well as having the ends of the lip glow. So there's just that freshness. And now your cheeks are looking plumper.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty.
It's a
Very
tickle.
pretty.
Okay, darling, that's a
Yes.
quick flash blush moment. Thank you,
Okay,
darling.
thank you.
All right. Okay. Now, what are other, just give other questions and burning desires. Who would like to know what?
For the red lip, if you have blue eyes,
Yeah.
so it can just take the colour out of your eyes so they just fade. It's difficult to find the right red. So how do you know how to go more cool red, more orangey red?
Well, on your match to me,
I've got Swaney. as
you've
my
got
red.
Swain. So let's try it.
Okay.
Isn't that a good plan? Because I think that whoever, we have a lot of old wives' tales in makeup. You know, like one of them is red lipstick makes our teeth look yellow. The bottom line is red lipstick can make you look wowzer. So look at that there, that bright colour. And on some days you think I've put a little on, and that's nearly all I need. So it's, forget the little old wives' tales. And the one you just said to me, which I'd never heard before, which is red lips makes your eyes disappear. To me, I want you to check out the eye colour now, and then we'll do a red, and then check out the eye colour again. Should we just see? Sure. Okay, fine. All right. So I'm going to do Swain, which is on your, which is on your match.
Charlotte said this morning.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take on what you've got on, which is
It's Sasha with bit of Maddie. Yeah, peach. Yeah.
oh my God, look at those eyes now.
That's what I mean, just without the liner.
Just without the liner.
We're not loving the red.
It's such an old friend, isn't it? It's a good friend, the liner. It's an old friend. The best friend.
40 years.
It's time to be the best friend. It's funny that getting used to looking at things, but there's nothing quicker to open up eyes. All right, so I'm now going to get ChaCha. Do you have a lip brush? The lady who thinks that a bright lip is going to make your eyes less blue. Let's see. You might be right. You might be right. Let's see. Okay. So you don't wear it often, but you have a magnificent set of lips. Okay, open up. Okay. So this is our more warmer red. Demon is a cooler red. But this is the kind of red that I love. Red with white. Some people suit red with black, and some people like me don't suit black. And I think a red lip with a white dress can look staggering. Open up. Open sesame. Lucky I've got my glasses on because it could be a real dog's dinner otherwise. You've got very good lips. It's like doing an easy painting. It's like painting by numbers with your lips. I don't know how well the light is on these ladies' faces. I feel we could have more light. Can we get more light, Anna, on the ladies' faces at all? Because it will help with Chloe's filming as well. Could somebody do that?
Anna?
Yeah, or get this one sort of more pointed out. Now, go like this on your bottom. Hang on, open up a bit, and I'm just going to get it. Excuse me as I go inside your mouth with my fingers. Okay, so, do we see her eyes more? Yeah. Look at me. Yeah. Can I just also make a suggestion?
Yes.
You know I'm going to go somewhere you might not want to go.
It's fine.
All help. All right.
Exfoliation.
No, it's like okay, put your hair back. It's so neat, her hair. Put your head back. Put your head back. It's like I want to mess her up. I want to mess you up. I want to just because you know what? We get to a stage where we have. Can I talk honestly?
Yeah.
Menopausal hair. Can we talk?
Yeah.
Perimenopausal hair.
It's always been like this.
But it's just that thing of how can you get in it? Can I just tell you a very good product?
Well, if I was here, yeah, but...
Orbe, O-R-I-B-E.
Rebecca, make a note, please.
Orbe, and I got to take this off your teeth. Orbe has something that's not so. That light might be weird. Hang on. Go like. Okay.
It's better than before, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be the way...
Yeah. So, and then go like this with your finger. Mwah. And then put that on there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to do some face finish as well on you. So when you have hair that just straight and you feel you can't do anything with it, there's something called Orbe dry texturizing spray, which you might have seen me use in my bathroom, and I do that and then I scrunch my hair and it just gives it body
On dry hair.
on dry hair, and it's a magical best friend. And sometimes Birchbox does one mini travel size because otherwise it's a very big size. Now you too need a brow moment, because the one thing I feel when you wear a bright lip is you need a good brow. And you need to balance out your face with a good brow.
This is ChaCha's best work.
That is ChaCha's best work.
Because I don't have no brows.
Okay. Oh, this is already browed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like 15 minutes of work, that.
See if I can get more on that, ChaCha. Well, then ChaCha has done a magnificent job, because I didn't even know these weren't your brows.
Nowhere close
Like,
to
if you
being
saw
my
the,
brows.
no offence, Faith, if you saw the actual shape, you wouldn't believe.
What you've done. Well, I can see now close up.
Hashtag honesty.
Close up what you've done. But it is now.
Faith? Yeah.
Come to life, is it, darling? Okay. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you. We hijacked your seat.
Okay, so let's just have that. It's very bright, that light. Let's just have it like there for now. Okay.
All right.
Other
Go away.
desires, other people who would like to try something out. There's a few people here who like don't wear much makeup. Yeah. So what's your sign?
Wearing makeup.
Wearing makeup.
Yeah, I don't usually wear makeup, so
All right.
I just put a little on. Yeah,
So
like
have you got a little on now?
Yeah, a little tinted
Really?
moisturiser. And a bronzer. And
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
but I need to find a red lip though, because I think that's very...
You want to try red lip? Do you want to try red lip with ChaCha?
Sure.
Okay. So you just want to do a lip.
Yeah, so
Okay, fine.
whatever you find. Tantalising.
Shasha? Shasha?
Can we do a bright lip here for a lady who never wears makeup? And And we'll just try, go on, up you go, let's do it right then. And somebody else held up their hand. Just help, you hold up your hand, darling, tell me.
Help with everything.
You want help with everything. You're doing that line as well. You so are. Okay, let's get you up and help with everything. Come over here. Yes. Help with everything. That's a good one.
Yes.
Help with everything. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Okay, I'm locking up the set. You're going to put the bag down there and you're going to hold on to those for me. And I'm going to try and take off that friend you've got.
Yeah, it's like concealer.
Can you all see with that light like that? So right.
Because I do find I want to
So,
marks and
like
pores
our
on my
lovely
nose.
lady in the khaki, Johan's sister, we're going to introduce you to the concept of not just doing one waterproof eyeliner to give you a look, because I think it's been your friend for a long time. Okay, I'm going to see how waterproof it is, so close your eye.
Some people have like
Great. It's not that waterproof, thank God. And it's also the thing that there was a fashion where it was kind of match your eyeliner to your eye colour. And oddly, it's a fashion now. But I think that whenever anyone wants to really show off their eye colour, it's quite tricky unless you do a very high makeup look that actually will make your eye colour look stronger. And sometimes it's contrasting things that actually will do it if you sit in the right colour family. So we're going to take off that Elizabeth Taylor violet blue eye shadow liner, and we're just going to see what we can do separately from that. Okay, there we are. And then what's the lip?
Nothing on the lip, a problem with the eyebrows.
A problem with the
When I
eyebrows?
was 13, I used to pluck them because it was fashionable to have them really thin, and they never grew back.
They never grew back. So compulsive plucker. There is something in England which many women do, which don't know if I'm into yet or not, or I think it's a good idea, which is called microblading. Has that come here yet?
Yes.
But it gives, if you get the wrong person doing it, could I just say, we see a few botch-up jobs at Trinny London, because it can get burnt at the top, and it can be, people do them unevenly. So if you are considering doing it, I have seen some people who really, got a resurrected eyebrow, if it's done beautifully, and you need to see somebody's work with other people before you consider it. But it's something that one can think about. I can close your eye a bit more, because this is a bugger, this little eyeliner. He actually doesn't really want to come off. I thought he was coming off, but we're just going to rub it up. Okay, so starting from scratch, excuse me, let's get those dirty ones there. Can we get a bin over here, probably? That would be a good thing. Bond in your eyes. So peaches and tan. Do you tan? Do you tan? How many of you go in the sun? With an SPF of 20 or So you do wear SPF now? Yeah. 50. You do 50.
Do you?
You do. No, you should. We do a 30 in BFF because I kind of think it's an important thing for women to consider. And it is something that, we love the feeling of the sun. You're in a country where so much is done outside. But I think that whenever we look at amazing skin, they haven't been in the sun so much. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I went on a piece of baking foil with olive oil on till I was 20. So I'm not really the one to talk. But there was a moment, probably when I was 40, and I woke up and then I did SPF 50 from then on. But, I did kind of, I suffered for my trade, as it were. Yeah. I'm going to use a mix. I've got two BFFs here because I want to try both shades on you. But I think you are like my first lady, but you do, yes, it's a little dryness to that skin. And so it's about giving it back some sense of hydration and warmth and love.
Oh, thank
So that's what we're doing.
Well,
How many of you ever massage your skin? Yeah?
every time.
Yeah? If you don't, consider it the concept of it. I've done a few little videos which are on our blog on massage techniques, but it can really reinvigorate your skin. And I do also a lot of microneedling, which is just this little needle, 0.5, and I put on a retinol and put that on. But I found that that's probably been the biggest improvement to my skin, is that combination of light retinol, microneedling, because then you get a penetration product. 50% of products sold to you are marketing things. They're lovely things where we say, to give you a youthful, blah blah, drenched skin, and you go, yes! And then you think, I don't know. So already, I have to tell you, with a bit of BFF, you've got a glow back. And I think a BFF is a woman's best friend, especially if you have freckles or a little pigmentation, because it just evens it out, you know. And I don't actually want to give you much foundation. I just want to give that glow back to you. I'm going to do a tiny bit underneath your eyes, and that's it.
Look how redness on my skin.
I'm probably at the stage to put my glasses on. 1 second. ChaCha, what are you up to?
I am faffing about with lip colour. I was going to go Valentina with Jeanette. It's Jeanette, isn't it? But it was sitting, I don't know, because the lipstick's about the colour of your lips underneath as well. It's going to change it a little bit. It was sitting a little bit too pink. Like the metallicness in the Valentina was going pink, and it didn't look as modern, so we've gone for the classic combo of a demon mouth with a blue eye. Because Jeanette's hair is cooler. So if you like had warmer hair like Faith, it would be swangy. But because your hair's cooler with the icy blue, we've got the more blue red.
And that's the
Demon.
demon.
But it looks wicked on you.
So I'm using our face finish above above Margit's lip line, because if any of you have lip lines for any reason, sun or smoking or just whatever, genetics actually, a lot of it just blurs that line, and it will just sort of blur pores. It's just a general all-round softener.
Does it fill the lines or just blur the
there is
looks of the lines?
There is a sort of emollient in it mixed with a sort of waxy ingredient, which does actually slightly fill it.
Yeah, that's very
So it just softens in my mind. We've got a more industrial thing that's coming out in a few months, which is literally like, you know, it's like a polyfiller.
everything is so creamy.
Yeah.
Lovely instead of that dry, brittle, aging.
You don't like it?
No.
I think I'm just unused to it. What do lady think?
I think it looks fab. Yeah.
It's a statement. We've kept, everything else is like really not
But I wanted to
too much of anything.
I want to do a little bit of.
But that would be your red for sure.
What would I do with
eye
my
on Margit. Is it a kind of Fortune Empress moment, or is it a?
Fortune Empress would be very pretty, yeah.
All right, so
I'm trying to Fortune
My
Lovers
finger
would work
bonus.
too, where the Empress took it up a bit
Fortune
too brown.
Lovers,
Yeah.
yes. Fortune Lovers. Fortune Lovers. Don't we love that name? Charlotte named these eyeshades because she's quite into the tarot cards, and we sort of love these names that we have associations with.
I've done a tiny
Love
wash
it.
of Magician.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
start
can't
with
see it.
Fortune, which I put on the other lady, and I'm just going to dab it.
Like
Literally,
just
you
take
can see
over.
dabbing
Just
over the
like
eye. Voila, done.
wow.
Okay.
Can you see?
And then dab here.
Yeah. So it's like a
Like a wash
light
And then I
smoky
still
wash
got
of
your
grey.
eye colour, so I need to. Then I'm going to take a thinner. Do you have an eyeliner or kind of brush?
Have you got the brow over there when you chuck it?
Yes, I will. So what I'm going to do with Margit is, she's still got that stubborn blue eyeliner. So there you go, darling. So I'm going to soften it, and I'm using Lovers on her, which is a way to smoke up her eye. But I'm going to show you that with an eyeliner, I paint this on. And this is another little trick if you're doing it yourself. Hold on, just keep the mirror straight. It's like a magic trick here. Is what I tend to do is I will, if I'm doing it, with my finger or not, is I will lift up the saggy skin to get in. I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? I have it. I think over 30, we all begin to notice there's something there. So if you, okay, when you're then, darling, this is very good. This is very good. So I'm just doing the line with that, but I'm going to then soften the line because I want to get you away from the concept of a line. And then I'm going to get the remainder of the product with my finger and just dab in the corner here, but nearer the front of her eye, and sort of just around this area. And I'm going to keep that Fortune and the lightness in the middle of her eyeball. Close your eye.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. Is that the lip gloss? The demon, is that the lip gloss? Thanks very much.
Yes, it's much prettier, much softer. You know, Much softer, yeah. Close your eye again. And then I'm just going to go over the whole thing with the fortune now.
Yeah, can I ask you, does it have a bit of redness in my skin? So, yes, my focus has always been to cover up, but now I'm getting a bit older and it becomes a bit more difficult because you don't want to use the powder, you want to use like...
Really,
Yeah?
really pretty. So can you see that eye now? Just to show the softness there. So I put the fortune on top of everything again, and it's really softened the whole look. And then if you wanted to have something below, and I don't know if one should really, but it's like taking a paintbrush and instead of doing a line, it's like dabbing in between the hairline. So there's just a tiny bit more definition. It's like that much. I don't know if you can even see, but it's so small.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't want to close up your eye.
Let me take it all off.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. Little dab. Like that. You see? Tiny. Okay, so now we've got to think, when you do a sort of soft smoke like that, what should you be doing on your lip? And I want something quite soft on your lip. So I'm just going to try a little bit of Eugenie, which is one of our kind of nudie lips. Open up your mouth, darling. Open up and deliver. And with our, when I have the nude colours, sorry, I'm going right in front of you, I just dab them on with my open up again and just slightly smile. Slightly, yeah. And I literally dab it on. We don't like to use lip liners because we just like that soft undone mouth look. And if you have a very uneven lip, you might want a lip liner, but for an everyday moment. And then I'm going to put on top, open up again, a little bit of Maddie there, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that Maddie, the glow, and I'm going to put it in your cheek just to give a bit more glow there. Right. So we're now softer and feeling kind of glowy, and I could do a bit of mascara too if you'd like. Do we have a bit of mascara, ChaCha, there? There we go. Do you use mascara?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay, so look straight ahead.
Yeah.
No, I think that's brow girl.
No. Oh, sorry. I think it's in the
Oh, is it right?
brow
there?
was here.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little mascara. So, look straight ahead.
Oh.
Okay, that was
That was
interesting.
in case you're falling asleep.
I'm not putting that much mascara on because I quite like a clean, fresh look for you. But I just want to give a little.
Is this your own mascara as well?
This is going to be, this at the moment was Lancôme Hypnotique, but there is going to be a little solution for mascara and brow that will be coming out as a all-together now solution. I can't say more. So now, another thing here, hair, because you've got beautiful long hair, and it's kind of the thing I think that defined you for many years, is that you've had this long hair.
I actually grew it.
You grew it,
Yeah, I
you
had
did.
shorter.
So when did you grow it?
About 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I didn't want to get older and chopping off my hair.
Chopping off your hair, which is something, I mean, the worst place when I did What Not to Wear and we did the mission show was the Netherlands, because at age 40 it was literally people were marched into a hairdresser to have their hair short. It was like, and some women from any age suit short hair. And I think for you, it's beautiful, your hair, but I think that it's a little bit long, I'm just going to say, because I feel it could be dragging down your face a bit. And like me, you have quite a narrow face. So it's more that we just want to think, how could you get volume there? So sometimes a quick way of getting volume for this instant moment is to change your parting. So I'm just going to put your head back, because we're so used to having our parting one way that we will get a sort of natural lift by putting our parting the other way. So I just want you to lift up. Because you've got a bit of a widow's peak.
Oh, okay.
But I just want to have that there. And if I was looking at your hair and I sort of saw maybe like that, I feel then the focus is really on your face and less on your neck and your hair. So I kind of think that still feels long. You still feel sexy because that's really important. But now your face is framed. And do consider, because you see it's just given a little bit of a lift by just turning it over the other side. Okay? Well, just a moment at a time. All right, darling. Okay, I'll tell you what I used on you. Let me tell you now what I used on you, because I don't got a pen. You're a superstar, because otherwise I'm going to forget, because there's so many of you. So I did. Now, what did I do? I did. Anyone remember? Let's see how much you all looking. Yeah, no, that's good.
You go.
So I did Fortune Eye plus a little bit of Lovers. Who's going to forget that? Now you've got immediately the word Lovers. Disappointed. Then we're going to do Lip to Cheek, Lip Luxe, a Lip Glow. We did Maddie, and Lip Luxe we did Eugenie. And these are lovely nudes for your shape. And Just a Touch we did Trintron, and BFF we did Light. Okay, my darling, there you go. Give her a round of applause. Fantastic. How are we doing time-wise?
I think it's
We are run over, it's 1:05.
it's 1:05.
All right, so what I suggest, ladies, is that we're going to sort of do an official ending, and then any of you want to come up, we're here, and we can just take you through things. So there's some other ladies coming for appointments, but there's Charlotte and I are here in half an hour. So we've got a bit of time, and that probably then we can get through more.
And they can shop as well.
And you can shop, exactly. All right, thank you so much. Thanks, ChaCha.
Thank you. And you're gonna find out on stories the after.
I'm just going to retrieve my pen, Chloe.
Okay.
I'm going to plant myself over here, so if any of you want to